All right. I would make the argument that most service businesses don't have a process. What they have is a series of repeated mental models that occur in people's heads. So let me ask you a question. If you were doing, and this is like a thought experiment, right? If you were doing the work that you ask of your team, how long would it take you as the owner? And have you measured how long it's taking your team? The reason I bring that up is because for a lot of people, they have this sense that the team is not going as fast as they should, and like the process seems simpler, and there's a lot of there's a lot of unknown time loss and unaware. And the place I think it's going is your team has a sliver of their brain that's dedicated to the actual execution of the work, like typing on a keyboard, right? Like how much of the typing speed and in a word processor, and how much of it is asking their colleagues for clarification or rechecking the project management tool to remind themselves where something is at, or interrupting you to ask for help, or getting interrupted from you to tell you the real status of the deliverable. These are just recurrent mental programs. If the client purchased this plan and their billing date is coming up soon, then remind the team member to prioritize this deliverable. All this thinking creates waste. Because it creates interruption. It creates people second guessing whether they're doing the right thing. Like they recheck their work and they recheck their work again. And what we found is we've been focusing on building systems that do thinking for people and offloading some of this uncertainty. So building a system where the mental model of the system matches the mental model of the offer. And the really cool thing is, like, when you do this, you don't have to like automate very much, but you create a ton of extra capacity in the team because no one's like second guessing themselves. Everyone knows exactly what to work on. They don't have to check with their colleagues. They don't have to like wonder if they have the right information to start. They don't have to ask people like, "Hey, you didn't provide what I needed." Everything flows. Everything's flow. Like the handoffs are flowing. Prioritization happens automatically. People can see, charts and things and measure their own performance. You'd be shocked at how much this helps. The process, or like the idea that I use to conceptualize this is cognitive offloading, right? So to what extent does the system that you're using make your mind feel at ease? And to what extent does it make your team's mind feel at ease? Or do they still have to check with their colleagues on Slack, or do they have to have extra tools to help them, or do you have 3 different project management tools to help you do the task? If you can have a system that thinks for you, all of a sudden if somebody quits, it's not a big deal. You can replace them with somebody that, and they don't have to be trained as much. If you have people, a big team doing work, you don't have to have a person like coordinating those tasks. So I think there's the massive misunderstanding, I think, in the operations space is everybody thinks they want automation and AI as quickly as possible. I think what they actually want is trust transferred into a system. And you can achieve that with actually you don't have to have everything automatic to achieve a great deal of efficiency gains from that. So anyway, that's the thought of the day. Hopefully you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll talk to you in the next one.